Hey class, welcome to the part 2 of our discussion for chapter 1. Okay, quick recap. Information systems has two subsystems which are called accounting information systems and management information systems. Right? And then, so yung next, ayun. So ito yung comparison natin. Si AIS, merong three subsystems. The general ledger systems, financial reporting systems, transaction processing systems, and management reporting systems. While sa management information systems, so we have four, on the book, there are further discussions of three subsystems under AIS. Pero sa AIS is what it has is just this one, So, discuss natin ng konti ito. Ayan, class. So, sa function, there are four here. Finance, marketing, distribution, and personnel. So, ito rin yung apat. So, finance is for financial management system. Marketing systems for marketing. And then, yung distribution systems, distribution. And then, yung sa human resources sa personnel. Ayan na. So, meron ditong ilang examples kung ano yung mga systems related to the function. You can read that naman. This is for information. Okay, so now we discuss AIS subsystems. Ayun nga. So there are three. So this is just a short discussion, no? If you want further discussions, meron pang extra dun sa ebook natin. But for this presentation, when we say transaction processing system, it supports daily business operations. So, yun, daily business operations. Kaya, sa madaling sabi, itong TPS or Transaction Processing System, it consists of the three transaction cycles. Ano ba yung transaction cycles? No? So, we have three here. The revenue cycle, the expenditure cycle, and the conversion cycle. So, just a brief explanation. So, ito namang mga cycle na to, it will be discussed in succeeding chapters. So, mai-elaborate yun doon. So, unahin natin yung revenue cycle. Ano sa revenue cycle? Yan yung cycle or yung proseso, starting from the, from the sales. Yeah. So, nagbenta, kaya nagkaroon ka ng revenue. And then, katapat niyan is receivables. And then, once you have the receivable is collection naman. So, yun ulitin ko lang para mas malinaw. Itong revenue cycle, this is from revenue account, from sales account, then naging receivable siya, and then makolekta mo yung receivable into cash. So, yun yung cycle na. Sa expenditure naman, edi ka baliktaran lang to ng revenue, So, ito naman ay pag-purchase, and then naging payable, and then binayaran. So, ganun class yung cycle. Sa conversion cycle naman, so it's just like production. So, from raw materials, nag-purchase ng raw materials, and then those raw materials, including direct labor, and then the overhead, they will all be processed and then to be converted into finished goods. So yun yung conversion cycle. So yung mga processes doon, yung mga operations involved dito sa revenue, expenditure and conversion cycle, yun yung mga pinaprocess dito sa transaction processing system. So we go with general ledger. financial reporting system. So, ang sabi dito, it produces financial statements and reports. So, basically, yung output ng transaction processing system, siya naman yung nagiging input nitong GLFRS, no? Sayin lang natin, yung general ledger portion of the system, ayun nga, comes from the transaction cycles, ayun. Summaries of transaction cycle activity are processed by the GLs to update the accounts. Dito naman sa FRS, it measures and reports the status of financial resources and the changes in those resources. So itong FRS or Financial Reporting System, yung type of reporting nito is called non-discretionary. No? So non-discretionary reporting because the organization has few or no choices in the information it provides. Kasi mandatory ito. Required na mai-provide nila yung information na yun. On the other hand, we go to management reporting systems. So, sabi dito, it produces special purpose reports for internal use. So, this is just opposite of financial reporting system plus, no? So, if you would recall, sa accounting natin, dyan yung tinatawag nating common purpose financial statements tsaka yung special reports. So, yung special reports or special purpose reports, dito papasok yun sa MRS. Kaya yung mga reports dito are the reports asked by the management. So in particular, to give examples, no, dyan yung mga budgets, variance reports sa cost, tsaka yung mga cost volume profit analysis. So as opposed to FRS, in which the reporting is called non-discretionary, dito sa MRS, the reporting is called discretionary. Baga, discretion ng management. Ayan, ano. Bali dito, sabi dito, kaya siya discretionary kasi the organization can choose what information to report and how to present it. So, discretion. So, yun guys. Okay, let's proceed with the general model for accounting information systems. So, dito class, no, gustong ipakita yung general model for viewing AIS applications. Kasi class, when it comes to system or applications, no, it may vary in form and it may vary depende sa manufacturer. So ngayon sinasabi dito na kahit pa sinong manufacturer niyan, meron yung general model na sinusunod, no? Why? Sabi dito, this is a general model because it describes all information systems regardless of their technological architecture. Ayan. So, no matter what the technology is, no matter who are the manufacturer, no, meron yung mga common elements. Ayan. So, kaya ito yung general model natin. So, in particular, no, the elements of general model are ito. End users, which could be internal or external users, data sources, data collection, data processing, database management, information generation, and feedback. Ayan, so may feedback dito. I believe itong mga to, it will be discussed further sa mga susunod na slide. No? So ito plus yung illustration. Ayan, okay. Ayan, so punta naman tayo sa data sources. But before we proceed with data sources, discuss muna natin yung data and information. Ayan, so this is what I was saying earlier. No? Now, when we say data, these are facts which may or may not be processed and have no direct effect on the user. Okay? While information is often defined as processed data. And okay, information causes the user to take an action that he or she otherwise could not or would not have taken. And then may highlight dito, no, na information is determined by the effect it has on the user, not by its physical form. Kasi class, though sinabi natin kasi na information being a process data may cause the user to take action. Pero of course, it depends. No? Kasi it depends on the user. Kasi there are information that have no effect or of little use on that certain user. So, kaya binabanggit dito na yung information is determined by the effect it has on user, not by its physical form. Kasi no matter how informative, no matter how expensive, or no matter the form of that information, if it would not benefit naman, I mean, if that information is in the hands of the wrong user, edi hindi rin siya may-utilize. Ano? So, ganun. Okay, now we discussed data sources. Ano? What are data sources? So, by definition, these are financial transactions that enter the information system from internal and external sources. So, ayan class, this is the same with what we are saying earlier, yung mga transactions or events, financial transaction or events, no? So, ano lang siya? Ano lang ito? Other point of view. So, when we say external financial transactions, these are the most common sources of data. Examples are this: sales of goods, purchase of goods, receipt of cash, disbursement of cash. How about internal financial transactions? So this involves transaction. This involve exchange or movement of resources within the organization. So yun no. So these are very familiar na kayo dito. Examples of these internal financial transactions are movement of raw materials into work in process. And so these are ano class na. These are transactions relating to production. And then ito, depreciation of equipment. Yeah. So not related to production, but this is considered internal financial transactions. Okay. So now we go to transforming the data into information. Ayan. Okay. So how the data, the raw data is processed or transformed into information. So functions for transforming data into information according to general AIS model are the following. So balik tayo. Ito yung tinatawag nating general model for AIS. So dito mag-undergo yung data natin for it to become information. So the processes are the following: data collection, data processing, data or database management, tsaka information generation. Okay, so let's discuss further these processes. We go to data collection. So dito sa data collection, the processes involves capturing, of course, the transaction data, recording data into forms, and then validating and editing the data. So we have further discussions here about data collection, which says that data collection is the first operational stage in the information system. Of course, no? You have to collect first the data. So dito class, the objective is to ensure that event data entering the system are valid, complete, and free from material errors. So why is it so? In many respects, this is data collection is considered the most important stage in the system. Kasi nga, sabi dito, should transaction errors pass through data collection undetected, the system may process the errors and generate erroneous and unreliable output. This in turn could lead to incorrect actions and poor decisions by the users. So this is so basic, no? Na kung mali yung nag-gather mo na data, paprocess yung maling data, makakapag-generate ka ng information na mali. Okay, so if you If you make decisions based on the wrong information, basically, wrong din yung magiging decision mo. Okay? So, kaya ito yung sinasabi dito sa discussion. Okay? We proceed with data processing. So, sa data processing, these are the processes. Okay? Ang sabi, tasks in data processing stage range from simple to complex. Examples include mathematical algorithms, ayan, used for production, scheduling applications, statistical techniques for sales forecasting, and posting and summarizing procedures used for accounting applications. So, I'm not an IT expert now or information system expert, pero I believe we would all agree the, into the complexities of using algorithms in creating a system. So, yan, if you may mga kilala kayo ng mga IT or IS experts, no? So, yung mga pagdating sa mga coding, paggawa ng applications, no? So, by imagining those, we would all agree, no? Na complex talaga yung data processing. Okay? Ayun. Alright. So, we go now to data or database management. So, basically here, the process are storing, retrieving, and deleting. Ano? Yeah, so, konting discussion tayo. The database is its physical repository. The organization's database is its physical repository for financial and non-financial data. We use the term database in the generic sense. It can be a filing cabinet or a computer disk. Yan. So class, alam naman natin, no, pag sinabing data management or database management. So isipin mo na lang yung cellphone mo, no, in which you have storage capacity, yung cellphone mo. So ganun mo lang siya isipin na part ng data management is you store files dun sa database mo, and then there are times na sa sobrang daming files na hindi mo alam kung nandun pa ba yung file. So, nandun yung retrieval, no? And then, kasama rin dun, of course, yung deleting. If you find the files in that data or database are not relevant at all, so you may delete those, no? So, yun. Yun yung sinasabi sa database management. So, i-highlight lang natin dito itong sinasabing regardless of the database physical form, we can represent its contents in a logical hierarchy. So the levels in the data hierarchy are attribute, record, and file. So class hierarchy, ibig sabihin pagkakasunod-sunod. Magsisimula sa attribute, then record, and then file. Okay, so just a definition. When we say attribute or data attribute, no, this is the most elemental or the primary piece of potentially useful data in the database. So an attribute is a logical and relevant characteristic of an entity about which the firm captures data. So when we say record, this is a complete set of attributes. So kaya siya hierarchy class, ano? Complete set of attributes, we call it record. How about a file? So a file is a complete set of records of an identical class. So kaya siya hierarchy. I believe there's an illustration here regarding the data hierarchy, no? Ito. So this is in your book, no? Ayan. So ito class, tingnan natin. Ang example natin dito is data hierarchy ng accounts receivable. Okay? So, the following are examples of attributes of accounts receivable. Customer account number, customer name, customer address, current balance of account, tsaka customer credit limit. So, itong mga to, these are complete set of attributes. That's why, yung isang set na yan, we call that accounts receivable record. Okay? But each of this is what we call attribute. Alright? So, yung buong complete set, we call that record. And now, lahat naman ng complete set ng record, we call that a file. So, tulad dito, halimbawa, account receivable record, record ng customer 1, customer 2, customer 3. So, we call that account receivable file. Ayan, sa plus So, ganun. So, other than this one, pwede natin palitan to. Pwede natin palitan ng accounts payable, pwede natin palitan ng inventory, mga ganun. Depende sa mga accounts lang. Okay? So, lastly, information generation. So, balikan lang natin. We collect the data has been collected, process, and then manage. And then, of course, lastly, i-generate na siya. So, dito sa information generation, the processes are compiling, arranging, formatting, and presenting. Okay? Information can be an operational document such as sales order, a structured report, or a message on a computer screen. So, ganun lang to. Isipin mo na lang, halimbawa, nag-print ka sa printer. I mean, di ba, from, in-encode mo, and then pinrint mo. So, ganun lang to. Ganun lang yung sinasabi ditong information generation. Pero when it comes to, let's say, accounting system, it could be more complicated. Kumbaga, yung proseso is hindi siya, pwedeng it may take time. It may take a lot of information or a lot of data. For example, as accounting system, na ini-encode yung mga transactions on a day-to-day basis. So, transactions that would include revenues, expenses, purchases, sales, etc. So, yung mga lahat ng yun, after a month, or let's say after a certain period, no? Yun, pwede nang natin isama dito yung information generation as yung pag-generate ng reports, pag-generate ng balance sheet, pag-generate ng income statement, etc. No? So, yun yung sinasabi natin, information generation. Okay? So, regardless of the physical form, information has the following characteristics. Okay? Relevance, timeliness, accuracy, completeness, and summarization. Okay, so I believe nandito naman siya sa next slide. So, may konting definition lang these terms are very familiar to you. When we say relevance, dito, according to this reference, no? An information is relevant if it serves its purpose. Timeliness naman is no older than the time period of the action it supports. Accuracy, free from errors. Completeness, all information is present. Then summarization, aggregated in accordance with the user's needs. Okay? And then, may feedback akong sinama dito kasi wala siya sa slide. Pero kung babalikan natin, yung feedback ay kasali dito sa elements of the general model. Ayun na. So, ito yung model natin. Yun. Part ng elements yung feedback. Okay. Kasi na-discuss natin tong yung data collection, data processing, data management, information generation. We also have feedback as part of the general model for accounting information system. So to discuss feedback, feedback is a form of output that is sent back to the system as a source of data. So these are very familiar to you class, no? When we say feedback. Kumbaga, whenever you do something, there will always be somebody or something that would ano sabi dito, yung parang babalik sa atin, we call that feedback. Kumbaga yun lang yung response or review or evaluation dun sa ginawa natin, feedback. So feedback may be internal or external. So mayroon tayong examples dito. Iwan ko na lang sa inyo yan. Okay, let me proceed to the next topic. Okay. So, I believe, ano ko na to, cue ko na pala ito para sa, na. So, in this, I'm gonna have to cut ulit the video, no? kasi mahaba-haba na yung recording, and then baka mas ano siya, baka mamaya ko na siya may record kasi mayroon pa kaming personal na lakad ngayong araw. So yun, bale for chapter 1 we're going to have three parts, no? So itong video na to is the second part, and then I will be recording the uh, third video a little later. So yun, so yun na lang muna, and then also I believe pwede ko nang i-post din yung activity for this chapter, no? So pakihintay na lang ng instruction sa Google Classroom. Alright, thank you, thank you. Ano lang pala, additional lang pala. As I said on the first part of the video discussion class, no, maraming content to be discussed, but I just followed the slides of this book, kaya hindi lahat napasama. So, kumbaga, it is expected from you that somehow no you read the book. Huwag kayong mag-rely dito lang sa PowerPoint kasi ginawa itong PowerPoint to summarize and give the highlights. Pero again, there are information from the book na mahalaga din. And I believe probably mapasama din sa assessment. So ayun, okay? So for that, I'm gonna stop na from here, and pakihintay na lang yung activity. Thank you.